Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm back doing another video here. This one is going to be Rob Walker's vinyl tag for 2024. I think this is the third one I've done of his. His are always great. It's kind of the standard bearer for these vinyl tags. And so I thought I'd do his first. I might do a couple of other ones that are out there floating around out there, but this one's the main one. So I'm going to start with this one first. He's got 20 questions. I'll leave the link below to his vinyl tag where you can go see his choices and also see his list of the questions in case I butcher these or I'm unintelligible when I read these out. I've got my notes here. Great channel. Rob's a great guy. He and I talk, comment back and forth on videos and stuff. He's got great taste in music and stuff, so I really appreciate hearing from him on some of my videos every once in a while. Anyway, 20 questions. Let's start. First one. Fave record purchased in 2023. Now, when I first read this, I thought about it like a recent video that I did where I talked about my favorite music of 2023, and it was if you didn't watch my video, it was like Slow Dive and various other bands or whatever, but Slow Dive was my favorite album of 2023. But this is just what was purchased in 2023, so I didn't have to stick to Slow Dive. I will show that one though, because I definitely think this is the best album that came out last year, but this question doesn't hold you down to just something that came out in 2023. A reissue that I really enjoyed too that came out in 2023 was Pale Saints in Ribbons. Really been looking forward to getting this on vinyl finally. Fantastic, sounds great. So I really enjoyed that. I would show all my Lush reissues. I got a bunch of those. I already had them on vinyl though, so it wasn't, I wouldn't say that was my favorite records purchased because I already had them. I just got the reissues to add to my collection. So I would say my very favorite release or purchase that I made in 2023 was this box set, Prince Purple Rain Live. Prince and the Revolution is my favorite iteration of his music discography. Love this album, Purple Rain, and this concert performance is spectacular. It sounds so good, and it's so fun to listen to, and I'm really enjoying listening to this on vinyl. So this I would say is my favorite vinyl purchase of 2023. Next one, the last record I purchased in 2023. I got this right before the deadline. This is Hope Sandoval, the singer from Mazzy Star, and this is her solo project that she does now, her new band called Hope Sandoval and the Warm Inventions. And this is a 10-inch EP called Son of a Lady, and the music on this is just absolutely just amazing. It's right up there with Mazzy Star's work. I really love this EP. The song Sleep is just such a fantastic song, the first song off of it. And there's a song on, the second song on side A called Antiquity. I can't find anywhere else. I've had this downloaded for quite a while, this EP, and it didn't have that song Antiquity, and it's such a fantastic song, but I can't find it like on Spotify. I can't find it to like stream or whatever. So the only place I can find to listen to it is here on this EP, and it's really great. So check it out if you're into Mazzy Star and Hope Sandoval. So that was the last thing I purchased last year. A band released 2 records in 1 year. Now this is going to be kind of involved. The first band that I thought of was Beach House. In 2015, they released this album, Depression Cherry, and they also released this album, Thank Your Lucky Stars. So 2 albums in 1 year. Beach House, love them. And then I also, this is a recent thing that I've been dealing with. When I talked about my favorite music, when I did the video of all the gifts that I got for Christmas, one of the things I showed was, and I don't have it within reach, Röyksopp's 5th album, The Inevitable End. And I talked about how they announced that they weren't going to be making music in the traditional sense anymore. They weren't going to be putting out albums and so forth. And then all of a sudden I noticed on Spotify that they had 3 new albums that all came out in 2022. And it's called, what is it called? Profound Mysteries, Parts 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So they're 3 separate records. And I was like, they came like separately. You could buy them separately for about $40 a pop. Or you could get them as a gift set and save some money as a like a gift set, a box set. So I did that. I ended up spending my Amazon gift card money that I got for Christmas from Courtney's parents. I ended up splurging and getting this box set. Now this is it. This is Workshop's Profound Mysteries box set. It's got 3 albums and a booklet in there. The first album, Part 1, came out in April of 2022. And then the second part came out in August of 2022. And then the third part came out in November of 2022. So they all 3 came out the same year. Each one of them are double albums. So there's 6 records in this set. The thing I wanted to talk about though with this set is that Amazon sent it to me this way with no shrink wrap. Everything was opened and some of the records were dinged up. So what they did was they sent me a defective return and sold it to me as if it were a brand new box set. And I saw it, I immediately thought, they just threw this in a box. They took a defective return and just threw it in a box and sent it to me and sold it to me as brand new. So I wasn't going to have that, so I did a return. And then a couple days later, they sent me the shrink-wrapped box set with the hype sticker and everything. And this is I haven't opened it yet. I'll do it. Maybe I'll open it on a vinyl finds video that I'll do in the next few days or next weekend or whatever. But anyway, so this is another example of a band that put out at least 2 albums. This one was 3 full-length albums in 1 year. Roy Soop, Profound Mysteries. So fuckers are heavy. Let's see. If you could only listen to music, this is number 4, question number 4, prompt number 4. If you could only listen to music from one decade, which decade would that be? For me, it's a no-brainer. It's the 80s. I was born in 86, so my teenage years were all through the 80s. And I'll just show some examples of just the great music that came out during the 80s. Stuff like The Police, Nana, 99 Red Balloons, Japan. Fantastic. Oh, was this? I think this was 80. I don't think this was in the 70s. But anyway, Japan was making music in the 80s regardless. Maybe I picked the wrong record. Echo and the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain, fantastic. The Fix, Phantoms, love them. Obviously, Duran Duran's Rio, wonderful. Bow Wow Wow, When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, fantastic record. B-52s, love them, favorite album of theirs. Adam and the Ants, going to go see him in concert here pretty soon. Tears for Fears, The Hurting, their first album, excellent. The Smiths, Meat is Murder, my favorite Smiths album. Simple Minds, Sparkle in the Rain. It's not my favorite album, but I never really show this album, so I'm going to show this one. It's got some great songs on it, it's just not my favorite. New Order, Power, Corruption, and Lies, my second favorite New Order album. Love it. Depeche Mode, Some Great Reward. Underrated, I think. Everybody Shows Black Celebration or a Violator. They Might Be Giants, Lincoln. Yeah, this was like 88, I believe. Yeah, just making sure I'm not showing stuff from the 90s or whatever. Kate Bush, masterpiece. How's the Love. Another masterpiece, XTC, Skylarking. Even like Rush was making decent music in the early 80s. 80s, has to be the 80s. That's it. Let's see, the next one. Show a band from Manchester. Well, I showed this in my Christmas video. New Order is automatic, comes to mind. I really only have, as far as Manchester bands, it's either the Smiths or New Order. So I'm showing this New Order one again. Fantastic. Next one. Band you listened to most in 2023. Well, according to Spotify, I listen to Sweet Trip more than anything. But as far as like vinyl and Spotify and everything, if you put it all together, it would be the Cocteau Twins. We listen to it a lot here at the house. We listen to it on vinyl, probably more than any other band, Courtney and I. And this is a favorite of ours to listen to when we just want to chill out at night and listen to some nice music. Victoria Land, Cocteau Twins. Great, great, great band. Show 7, 7-inch records. Now, Mike, PC31, the Vinyl Policeman, he's been showing some Stereolab stuff. He's picked up on their greatness, and he gives me shout outs every once in a while when he talks about Stereolab. So I thought I'd bounce that back to him. And it's just always great to see Stereolab being shown by people other than me. So for my 7 inches, I'm going to show Stereolab 7 inches. I've got about 30 of them, but I'm going to show 7 choice ones. This is John Cage Bubblegum. B-side is Eloge d'Eros. Not sure, French. And this came with a stick of bubblegum with it. I bought this when it came out. And I still have the bubblegum. It's inside a Ziploc bag inside this. But anyway, John Cage Bubblegum, one of their early singles. This is a tour single from the Chemical Chords tour when I saw them for that tour. And the names of the songs are like in French, and I don't remember the names of them. But anyway, this is a 7-inch of their tour single. It's got 2 songs on it. I'll look that up. Well, I'll talk about that when I do a Stereolab collection video. Solar Throwaway, and then the B-side is Jump, Drive, Shutout. Some of these songs you'll find on their Switched On compilations that they've been releasing lately. So if you're curious about what these songs sounds like, they usually put them on the Switched On compilations. So another tour single from Stereolab. I don't remember which tour. I've seen them on tour so many times. I don't remember which tour it was that I bought these songs on. Free Witch and No Bra Queen. And the B-side is Spec Voice. And I love Spec Voice. That song to me is a late... I just ignored that song because it's on the B-side on the 7-inch. But since it came out on a Switched On compilation, I've been listening to that song. And it's one of their... just a really cool, awesome Stereolab song. So there's that one. That's single number 5. Here's number 6, Miss Modular off the Dots and Loops album. That's a single off of there. And the B-side is, I think, Allures or Off On. I forget which one. Because I have the 4-song EPs too, but this is just the 2-song single. And then the 7th and final is Sybil's Reverie off of Emperor Tomato Ketchup. And the B-side is Bridget. And that Bridget's a fantastic song. I was just listening to that in the car this morning. So I love Bridget. Not in the car. I guess I was listening to it last night. Anyway. I'm barely awake today. So anyway, there's my 7th and final Stereolab 7-inch. So that's cool. And I'll show all of them when I got to do a collection video at some point, and I'll show all 30 plus whatever that I got. Let's see the next one. If I should choose 4 people to attend a dinner party. Well, I'm kind of like an introvert, and I really don't like the idea of like meeting my music idols and talking to them just really like doesn't appeal to me, because I don't really know what I would say to them, you know, like, oh, you're my favorite band, and you know, this is my favorite song. I don't know what the hell I would say to them. I'm not a small talk kind of person, so this dinner party thing seems like kind of a nightmare to me. But if I were to just gather 4 people together and like just watch them talk to each other, it would be the Butthole Surfers, Gibby Haynes and Paul Leary and Jeff, what's his name? God, how do I not remember his name? And King Coffee. Jeff, what the hell's the bass player's name? But anyway, I would just watch them interact with each other and talk, and they talk about crazy crap. Have you ever seen videos of them behind the scenes? They're pretty wild people. So that's who I would choose, members of the Butthole Surfers, to talk to each other. And this kind of ties into the next one. We lost them. So people that we lost during the past year. The second drummer for the Butthole Surfers, she appeared, I think this is the last album she appeared on, Teresa Nervosa Taylor. Nervosa was her nickname, last name. She played drums along with King Coffee. If you ever seen them in concert, like the old days, they had these stand-up drum sets, and she and King Coffee would kind of do drums and synchronize together. It was just really mesmerizing to watch. I saw them on this tour and got to see her perform with King Coffee, and yeah, it's just a really sad loss. Teresa Nervosa Taylor from the Butthole Surfers. And then also I did a video about this, but I can't just go past this without talking again about Geordie Walker, the guitarist from Killing Joke. Just devastating. Lost way too soon. Let's see. The next one, if you could only listen to music from one country, I think most of my music that I listen to is from England. So I would say England probably. US would be a close second, but definitely England. Name 3 VC channels you discovered during the past year. I don't know where the cutoff is for these because I've been watching these guys for a while. And I've been watching so many channels, it all kind of blurs together. But I would say, like, most recently, Andy at Fensepost Vinyl, he's out of Texas. He and I, like, have a lot of the similar music tastes, so obviously it's nice to watch him show things that I'm into and vice versa. So super nice guy, very knowledgeable, does really great, well-made videos, a lot nicer production than what I do here, which I just sit in front of a phone and talk. Really nice guy. I think I got into him. I think the first video I watched of his, he was showing some blonde redhead 7 inches. And I'm like, yep, I like this channel. We're going to get along just fine. Another one, Bret Helm's Life on the Planet, Life on This Planet. I'm pretty sure I started watching his videos just this past year. But anyway, he's a local guy, super nice guy. We have a lot of similar tastes in like the goth and post-punk and dream pop kind of stuff that we both listen to. Does really great videos, very informative. He brings in people to do like list rankings of various bands. Very enjoyable channel to watch. So again, I'll put these links down below. And then I'll just say, like, a brand new one to me too is BerwickshireMike out of the UK. Really hard to follow. His accent is really thick, but I love it. And he shows a lot of punk and post-punk and new wave stuff, and I really enjoy his channel too. Again, I'll put the links down below. Number 12, record you bought as a teenager. I don't know, the whole reason why I'm in this mess of collecting vinyl is because I got my fix started back when I was a teenager and just buying tons of vinyl. By the time I got to college, I had so much freaking vinyl. It was crazy. But I'll just show this one. This was the first Bauhaus. I think this is the first Bauhaus album I bought. I think I got Bela Lugosi's Dead maybe before this. But 1983, I was a kid, had just seen The Hunger, the movie. They were playing it on Night Flight and just got totally just way into Bauhaus. And I believe this is the first studio album of theirs I bought. And then I bought all the rest of them very soon after, but this is just an example. So Bauhaus, Burning from the Inside, their last album, their final album. Next one, funk or soul record. Now this is hard for me because I don't really listen to funk or soul, but I do have some things that I think maybe could fit into that. I love Delight, and I believe that their music could kind of fit in the funk category. A lot of their music, fantastic band. I'm trying to find their third album on vinyl, but it's kind of expensive. But so I will wait. And then a soul record, I'll show Corinne Bailey Reyes. This is her debut album. I know she's getting a lot of good press for her new album that's just come out. I've only listened to it. I haven't purchased a copy, but I really love her debut album. So it's very much I believe, a soul, kind of R&B soul kind of record. Beautiful voice. Next one. Where am I at? Oh, here. Record that you that record that you think everybody has. Well, a lot of people show this too, but I just stuck to what I thought was definitely possibly true, is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. I love this album. I don't care what anybody says about it. It might be overrated to some people. It might be just enough already. We've heard it way too much, but I still absolutely love this album. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And then something that I don't think anybody has. Well, I'm not sure. I've never seen anybody show this record on the VC, but I've seen somebody talk about it. Hanna, the Omaha Introvert, she has the CD of this, but I've never seen it on vinyl on the VC. So this is Thick Pigeons. They're I think they put out another album, but the other album was like a compilation of various odds and ends. I don't think it was a true studio album. I think this is called, what do they call this album? They don't really put a title on it, but I think it's called like Two Crazy Cowboys. I think the CD is called Two Crazy Cowboys, but the album is just self-titled, Thick Pigeon. So this is Stanton Miranda. She's a singer out of New York. It's Carter Burwell, who, God, what does he do? Doesn't he work with like the Coen brothers? And then Jillian and Steven from New Order are also part of this project. So it's really fun, very quirky, synth pop kind of greatness. I love this album. It's fantastic. I bought it as a blind buy when I was in New York City. I was either at Tower Records or I was at Bleecker Bob's. I forget where I bought this from, one of those record stores. And love it, kept it. Sure as hell ain't gonna sell that one. Let's see. Next one, favorite record you bought by a female artist that you bought in 2023. Well, there were two releases by female artists that I really enjoyed. Alison Goldfrapp's solo album, The Love Invention. Yeah, The Love Invention. Alison Goldfrapp from the band Goldfrapp. Awesome. And then Emma Anderson, I just showed this in my top of 2023 video. Fantastic album. My number 3 album of the year. Emma Anderson from Lush. She's the guitarist from Lush. A lot of people say that she was the singer from Lush, but no, she wasn't the singer. She did some backup la 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 kind of stuff in the background, but Mickey was the singer, but Emma was just the lead guitarist, the main guitarist. And from the sound of this album, she sounds like she did a lot of the songwriting too. Let's see, the next one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Favorite video that I posted in 2023. I think it was my, and I'll put a link to this one too. I did a contest entry for low noise Jason Skills, and I won that contest actually. But it was about concerts, talk about concerts that he had been to. And I love talking about like the concerts I've seen. I've seen a lot of really good ones. So that was a lot of fun to make that video. So that was my favorite one that I posted this past year. And then as far as favorite VC video that you watched in 2023, really any of them that where people showed their collections. I love seeing like everything. I don't care if it's Bruce Springsteen or, I don't know, who cares? Like, if it's Collective Soul or I could care less the band. I just like to see people show their passion for their favorite band. I think that's really cool. So it doesn't really matter what. I think that Brian, EmbrionicRobot, I think he got a little carried away with his John Cale. I think he did like a 6-part video or 7-part video. I think that's a little too much, Brian. I'm kidding though, I kid. But I love those kind of videos. Hanna did one for her Cocteau Twins collection. Loved it. It really spurred me to do my own. So thank you, Hanna. And then, what was another one? Bret, Helm that I just mentioned before. He did one for the Cocteau Twins, like a Cocteau Twins ranking with a couple of his friends. And then he did one for Dead Can Dance. And he actually had the drummer, a guy who played drums for Dead Can Dance, Peter Ulrich, joined them for that ranking. So that was a really cool video too. So those are like my favorites, when they show collections. Record you describe at a 90s classic. I'll show a couple of them, kind of no-brainers. Radiohead's OK Computer. And and Smashing Pumpkins, Siamese Dream. So definitely those two. There's a bunch of others. I mean, I could show Loveless, but I think I show Loveless in like every other video I do, so I skipped Loveless this time. A record cover that you would like to be a part of. This is number 18, so we're getting close to the end. And this one, I thought it was going to be a really hard one to do, actually. But then I saw this and I thought about it. And this is absolutely where I'd want to be. This is Rush's second live album called Exit Stage Left. And down here, she pulls back the curtain and she's showing the crowd getting ready to see Rush come out on stage for, I'm guessing, the Moving Pictures tour, maybe Permanent Waves tour, but either one, I'd be so happy to be in that crowd, to be in that front row of either Permanent Waves or the Moving Pictures tour. I didn't get to see either of those tours, so that's where I would absolutely want to be on an album cover. So that one was pretty awesome. Let's see, number 19, a record you're so familiar with it feels like your greatest hits. Well, there's a ton of those that I could have chosen, but I chose this one because I don't really show this one very much. Missing Persons, Spring Session M. I listened to this album to like crazy when I first got this. I think I had it on cassette tape at first. And just every single song, it's not a one-hit wonder. It's not just Words and Destination Unknown. There are so many great songs on this album. It feels like a greatest hits of theirs. So absolutely. Missing Persons, Spring Session M, their debut full-length album. And then a record that came out in 1974, which would make it 50 years old this year. And I think I only have one that came out in 1974, and that's Rush's debut album, self-titled Rush. So I think that's it. Damn, that's it. I made it. And it's like 26 minutes. That's not too terrible, I guess. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I think I might do one or two more of these, but for now, I'm just posting this one. So love you guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.